my name is Sam, and welcome to my first Minecraft video. We are building a house today. Unfortunately, I do not have my full video of me building the house. You only have the first half because the other half got corrupted. Yeah, that's why I put in the thumbnail what it looks like because you won't see much of it. I also added a second part where you can see me just gathering materials and doing, normal stuff because yeah, I wanted to show you what it's like when I'm not building because I can't build every time I play Minecraft. And you also get to see all my ADHD kind of. I go back to the house, I come back from the house, I go to the house, I grab something, I craft something, I go back to crafting, I craft something, I go back to the building the house, I come back, I go back, it's a lot. Yeah, this is supposed to be Mian. I changed Marjorie's name from to Mian because I wanted her to be based off of ancient Chinese religions. And so yeah, Marjorie, if you've watched my Sims video, is a priest who is atheistic and is hiding that from everyone, but also has some weird stuff going on with her. And it's not because she's atheistic, it's because she was like born a monster and like you don't need a god to be good and yada yada. Um, so yeah, that's her story. I wanted to build her village in Minecraft because, um, yeah. I also wanted to build her temple here, but I haven't gotten to the temple yet. I want to build the village first, and I want to make the temple big and grand and give it a big old stained glass window and make it all pretty. Um, Building it in The Sims really helped me decide what I really wanted to do. Um, of course, these buildings came before what I built in The Sims, so they were a huge inspiration. Um, they are really what I'm going to base the temple off of, except it's going to be made more out of stone and stuff, and have some gold accents and stuff. Um, Hopefully, I'll get enough gold, but I don't have a lot of gold right now, as you can see. So, yeah. Um, Anyways, I changed Sister Marjorie's name to Sister Mian because I wanted to use a cultural name. I don't want to, use cultural appropriation because I am very white, but I do think the architecture and the costumes are really pretty. And it's like another world, so it's not China, it's sort of China, it's not really China, you know? Um, yeah. The, it's, yeah. You get to see a lot of me just running back and forth in this build. It might be sickening because of how fast it is. I sped up the video because otherwise this would be like over an hour. Um, 2 hours actually. But hopefully I'll be able to do more of these Minecraft videos. That's a new word. Video. Welcome to my video. Anyways, hopefully I'll be able to do more of these Minecraft videos because I do enjoy building things in Minecraft as well as in The Sims. I just like building things. My mom says I should become an architect or an engineer. I've tried engineering. I'm not really good at it at all. I'm bad at it because math I am horrible at. And besides, people look down on architects a lot. So, yeah, because, or at least the engineers do, because architects want to make these wild things, and like it's harder to put the electrical and the plumbing into when it's more unique. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make a paper crane shaped building. I'm a little more sensible than that. I just want architecture to be as pretty as it was like during the Renaissance and periods. I just really want pretty buildings, and I understand there's a practical side to it, which is why I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm going to become. I'm thinking of becoming a archaeologist and going to school for archaeology, but unfortunately, I'm not that smart. So I've also thought of theater. I really love theater, but that's going to be a very unstable career and stuff. So yeah, here we're finally starting on the house. I already built a dock, which you can see. I'm messing around. I start messing around with the dimensions later on. But yeah, um, it has a stone foundation. Nice, nice. It won't be sinking into the earth anytime soon. Even though this is Minecraft, we don't have to worry about that. I was thinking of making an electrical grid with like redstone, but this village doesn't have electricity, so yeah. And here you can see me messing with some of the proportions a little more. Um, when am I going to release a new Sims video? I do not know. I was going to try and do the Fake Gamer Girl challenge, Afterlife challenge, which is new. But I don't have the Life and Death expansion pack, and I'm not going to get it for a while, so I'm not going to be able to really build a good afterlife. I mean, I had an idea, but it kind of fell flat. Um, it's like a hotel for ghosts, where they could visit their families, and I really liked that idea, but I mean, there's not much that makes it a hotel for ghosts. Maybe I'll continue the build. It was made by Ash and Maria Morning. They're like this cute couple, and I wanted to take photographs of them. And it's another really Chinese inspired build. I really like Chinese architecture, if you can't tell. Um, but yeah, um, that one was really detailed, and I still have like the video from it, so maybe I'll finish it up and try and submit it anyways. I'm just really disheartened right now because there's nothing that makes it a specifically afterlife build, and I want those details. Like, yeah, I mean, I could put a bunch of incense burners and like stuff out front, but I mean, that feels like cheating, kind of. I and that's just gonna like give it only a little bit of, you know, stuff to work with, while I think I need to go back to the drawing board on a large part of it. So if I publish that video, which, you know, I said I was going to do a Pinterest challenge, and I haven't published that video. In fact, I deleted it um, in a cartoon house challenge and whatever, because I deleted it because I needed more space on my computer and I wasn't doing anything with it. Actually, I didn't delete the Pinterest challenge yet. Um, Probably will, but you know, yeah, putting up some trapdoors in order to, you know, because look, you can see the trapdoor trim on some of these other houses, and I really like that. It takes a lot of trapdoors though, so I keep going back and forth, crafting up more trapdoors and crafting up more trapdoors, and yeah. You may notice that this video is a little different in the editing style. That's because I used CapCut instead of Microsoft Clipchamp. Um, because Microsoft Clipchamp was being a butt and wouldn't allow me to sync the beginning of the video, I made a whole little intro and everything that had way more effort put into it, honestly, than this intro because I don't know. I was just trying my best and I wanted to make a cool intro for y'all, but then I got lazy. So, yeah. Um yeah, so we're just putting down a bunch of trapdoors and that's nice. A little life update. I'm probably gonna get a job soon, hopefully. Um, but I really don't know if it's gonna work out because I don't know. I feel like I've been begging for this job, and I don't like that people feel the need to accommodate me or whatever. I feel like I'm a burden wherever I go or whatever I do. Um, so yeah. Um, but anywho, Zols, um, this build is cool, I guess. It looks like the other houses, but all houses are supposed to look very similar with like minimal differences, but differences that like make them pop at the same time. The next build I'm probably gonna make is a forge. It's probably gonna, I don't know what it's gonna be like. Probably have a like forge in it. I don't know. Chinese forge, I'll probably look up and stuff. Take some inspiration from some pictures, you know. But here I am making the pillars, making the things that go around the build, everything that gives the build dimension. Like, you don't put your pillars inside the build. That's something I learned when really early. And even though these are simple builds, yeah, they're still important. Uh, Very simple builds, but still, they're going to come together and make a cohesive village. Maybe I will build like other worlds, but once I'm done with this one. But I also want to expand this and make an entire world out of it, you know? Like, not just a village. But I also really want to try to make the final girls village Idlewood. But yeah, I really don't know how to do that. Well, I do. They live in a clock tower. They run a bed and breakfast. There's a high school and a small college nearby. It's mainly a college town, and yeah, I want to start writing for the Idlewood girls, but I'm really not sure what to write. So, um, I don't know how to start it because every time I start it, just seems so stupid. I gotta get better at this, but you know, everyone has their struggles, and this one's mine. I struggle creatively, and I love doing creative stuff, but I struggle with it sometimes, and that's just normal because everyone struggles with stuff. And I don't know why I'm complaining because I do enjoy making these videos and making stuff. That's why I'm making these videos, so I feel like people can see my creative works and hear about them and get excited for them, and it's not just me, you know? Of course, it's just me because no one else watches these videos, but like, it's okay. Um, I'm fine. I keep marking them for adults so that the comments don't get taken down because I think if it's made for kids, you're not allowed to comment. Um, but I think I might be blocking it towards my one friend who watches these videos because yeah. If you're watching this, just tell me that you can comment and watch this. That would be great. or comment that you're watching this, because I just want to make sure that everything works out. That would be cool, and it would be my first comment, and I would be excited, and I would hug you if I could. You're like in a different state, you know? Yeah, you know. But yeah, zombies are pests. I need to light up more of the city, town. I probably got to do my crops too. But you know me, just really scatterbrained, and I only do that occasionally. But any hoozles, I'm making a window, and I realized that this build was a little lower than others, so I added like a little room divider of like a sunken room, with a like little loft part thing. That's just a little elevated part. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah. Um, Yeah, that's, if you hear anything buddings, that's from Discord, and I can't get rid of them. Well, I could mute my computer. I did that last time, but I always forget to do that. I will do that now. Boop. Now you can no longer hear the Discord badoops if they start again. Um, yeah. I did the same like interior bay windows that I did on the first build I did, which is the one with all the chests. Um, because yeah, I didn't want to move all the chests for a second time. It also has the big fireplace. The other one has llamas in it. That's the second build I did. Yama yama build. My grandmother always said that the Spanish produce, or the Navajo pronounce llama as llama, and that's the correct way to pronounce it. So that's why I always say yama yama, or sometimes say it. Um, and I just find it nice. We had like storybooks, and she would read them yama yama. I don't remember exactly who was the person who spoke it correctly, but I remember she was telling us that that was the correct way to say it. We grew up near the border, um, down in Yuma, or at least partially. Our grandmother lived there, and so when our dad went overseas, we um, we moved in with grandma, and so yeah, so there's a lot of things that the British pronounce wrong. I'm gonna say that. And then they're like, no, it doesn't make sense for your language. And it's like, but it makes sense in another language. And that's the reason we're respecting like where it came from halfway. And that's part of the reason English, at least American English, is so complicated. But, British speak in a very colonist way, in my opinion. But so do the Northerners. And anyone who says tortilla is speaking in a colonist way, in my opinion. Not that I'm not a colonist, I am so white. I mean, I don't like condone what my ancestors did. I just like know that they did it, and like accept the white guilt that comes along with it, because yeah, people do some pretty weird stuff in the past. So that's the right way to go about it. Like my dad, like it's like the LGBTQ. I'm a lesbian personally, um, and my dad, and I'm very trans supportive because I've got a bunch of trans friends. Also, like if you can edit your, you should be allowed to edit your avatar. You know what I'm saying? Edit your body however you want. Like gender affirming surgeries are fine as long as the person isn't trans. in this world. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but that's just how the world works. Because you can get a boob job and no one will question you if you're cis. And you should be able to get a boob job if you're trans, too. You know? And people can go on T or get, like, erection pills. This is definitely a for adults video because I'm mentoring those things. But anyways, you can get you should be fine. You're allowed to edit your avatar. It's cool. In fact, we should all edit our avatars in different ways. Um, I think it's cool. Like even getting piercings, I'd say, is a gender affirming surgery, or losing weight or whatever, and no one knocks someone for losing weight. So, but anyways, my dad is always very confused. Like, what if the person is trans? He doesn't want to be rude, but he has a hard time calling them by their preferred pronouns sometimes, which is like the rudest thing you can do. And he's like, oh, I don't know what to say anymore, which is a very boomer thing to say, but my dad is Gen X, And I'm just like, guess originally, if they look like a man, call them a man, and if they correct you, say, oh, I'm sorry, you're a girl, and go on with that correction in mind. But otherwise, yeah. I'm scared. I've paused this video a few times, so I'm scared I'm gonna go over the time limit. Maybe I'll just cut into other things. I don't know. But here's me dying to a bunch of zombies and stuff. I don't get it. Everyone was cool with gender affirming surgeries and shit before they figured out what a trans person was. And now they're all iffy about it. And they're like, what if you regret it, bitch? What if you regret getting braces? Ugh, now this is a really adult video. I said the B word. We modify, or a haircut, or anything, okay? What if you regret wearing a corset? That's like wearing a binder, kind of. It's fine. Get over your high horse. Get off your high horse. I totally don't get it. I don't get how my dad is so confused, but I try to help him out because he wants to be polite. He's like, he works with solar. He has this one trans customer, and he calls them Ash because he doesn't know what else to call them. They're trans femme, and I was like, just call them Ashley, or if that's what they want to be called. And he accidentally called them he once, and he was like, look, I'm on your side, my daughter's a lesbian. And they were like, it's fine, go Thor. And then he asked me why lesbians like Thor, and I'm like, it's just he's an icon thing. I don't really know, but it is a thing. Thor is a thing, If any lesbians in the comments can tell me exactly why Thor. I mean, he's a puppy dog. He takes care of his hair. I get it. He's supportive of women. I get it. He's like a golden retriever little boy. I get that part. But if there's any other reasons, I'd love to know them. I just told him oh, you know how people can be gay iconic? Iconic in the way, or liked by a lot of the queer people or the gay people. Yeah, he's just liked by a lot of lesbians. And he's been called an icon and whatever, and that's how it works. And that's what he understood. Bless his heart, he's trying his best. But anywho's, yeah, this is just a bunch of me gathering resources because resources are important. I also need a bunch of dirt for the terraforming I'm doing. Um, yeah. I'm probably gonna make some more caves. Maybe some fake caves. I find I found a um not too long ago, as you can see by my amethyst I have in my chests. So I'm probably gonna do something with that, you know. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's weird. But this is just a lot of me gathering dirt and whatnot. I put this in because I lost the other part. It got all corrupted for some reason. And yeah. And I had to keep going back and make sure everything was level, and it wasn't level, and I had to go back and make sure like the planes are on the same plane, and like it was annoying, but this is what I do Minecraft for. It's like The Sims but more detailed, you know? And you have to make your own furniture. I haven't decorated the houses yet because yeah, it's a lot more playing pretend. Like you say The Sims is playing pretend, like Minecraft is more of playing pretend. Like there's not a lot you need. Um like you can make little rooms for everything, but like why would you do that? It just takes up more space. I'll probably do a library too. But I need to go back and yeah, decorate these places. Maybe I'll do a stream on that, but I kind of don't want to decorate them right now. I don't know what to do with the inside right now. Like I could look up some interiors, and that's probably would do good. But anywho's, um, yeah, we are building out the just collecting more copper. That's been aged. Anything aged goes in my inventory. Then I go to bed. Then I go back and you know, fight some creepers. Fighting creepers is important because you don't want them ruining your area. Should probably make a shield or something. But yeah, I should. And there's another creeper. Frick creepers, you know? Yeah. Um, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Um, People be crazy, don't they? Like, there's this guy, he was like some sort of celebrity. I don't know. I'm not really caught up on celebrities, but he is trying to sell this kind of necklace that like is supposed to protect you from 5G, and like it's just a pretty pattern on a necklace, and like they just throw out all the buzzwords like nanotechnology and whatnot, and I just really hate like they're just adding to the techno garble and and throwing religion in with it. Like, please, that is such a scam, and you're spreading such a misinformation. I hate how people can just like not care about their fellow man and like blatantly sell these wrong products and capitalize on other people's fear instead of trying to assure them that it's, not there. If they really cared, they'd be like, here's a placebo. You know what a placebo is, right? You can like that's what it is. There was an ad where they did like, let's look at your brain waves, but it was a placebo and it was capitalizing on their fear, and of course their brain waves are gonna be different. They're under a placebo, you know? It's just wild what some people will do. But, you know, we'll be fine. Everything will be fine. I keep telling my parents that they are worried about the big man, the D to the T to the R M P. I made him sound cool, didn't I? He's not cool. The dumb Trump, you know. But I'm worried too. Like, I'm a woman. I have reason to be worried. But, like, I feel like this man is a lot of hot air. And dangerous. Hot air can be dangerous. It can burn you, but, like, you know, I just, I just, I don't know. I do a lot of mining in this video as well, because this is just me resource gathering and filling in areas. And so that's what I do. That's what resource gathering does. Like, I'm gonna eat my words about him being hot air. He's gonna do something heinous. But honestly, I couldn't be paid to care. Like, I get it. I get why people are scared. But, like, at the same time, if I just ignore it, maybe the problem will go away, you know? That's what I'm trying to do. Um, yeah, I voted though. Not like my vote mattered. Like, you should still vote, even if you think it won't matter. Like, that's important. Vote, people, please. Not voting as protest is, like, not a thing. Like, oh, I'm not participating in the system. Well, honey, the system, I get it. Kinda. But, like, if you're not gonna participate in the system and you're not gonna, like, and please don't, shoot someone or, like, plan a coup. But you should participate in the system a little. Just to. It's not sticking it to the man or anything. I get it. I get it. It's not. It's not gonna fix everything. It's just. Well, it might. If we had the silent majority, if everyone voted, then we might stand a chance. And yes, the system is corrupt, and I'm not going to say it's not. A lot of things are corrupt, like our schooling system, but it's not like you should abstain from school. No, you need to send your children to school. It's not perfect, but it's the best we've got. I mean, maybe if you can homeschool better, but don't unschool, for Pete's sakes. Do not unschool. Like, I understand the inspiration behind unschooling. Like, oh, I want to grow their own found curiosity and let them learn what they're interested in. Yes, but they also need to learn to read. And sometimes children, and you have to foster that curiosity, It's important. You need to teach them to be curious. And yeah. Um, but people be people, and they do unschooling sometimes. And I'm just like, I get it, but I don't get it. Ugh. Like, I think I can understand the spirit behind most things, but Oily Josh. Praise to Oily Josh. Because Jesus stands for the anointed one. Jesus Christ. Christ is the anointed one. And you get it? No? Oh well. Anywho, Oily Josh be praised. This is a mess. Everything is a mess. This is why I want to start a new country on the trash islands. And by that, I don't mean Puerto Rico. I mean the trash islands. The ones that are made of trash in the middle of the ocean. People are saying they're disappearing thanks to some. But Barbie doesn't want them to disappear because I want to start a country there. And yeah, and I'll just take all the country's trash and we'll start like big old recycling plants and we'll make stuff from it. We'll pay other countries for their trash. Or they can just ship it to us. Mm, Like, that would be great. And we would make other stuff too. And everything would be great. If only. If only, if only. I could make a kingdom out of trash. And it would be like my kind of kingdom, which is very communist. Well, not exactly communist, because there won't be one big leader, but one big head honcho that can get corrupted, and there will be elections and stuff, and there'll be things that can ensure that the elections can't be frauded. I know I'm speaking big game for someone who knows very little about politics, but like, I do research if I could actually do this. It's something I dream about and sometimes do research on just to like, you know, be like, what if you could? And yeah, you know how I talked about the sanctuary before in my video? Well, it's important. And like, my country would be a lot like that, except more of a country, and it would have its own laws, but it would take in a bunch of immigrants and like use the maritime law kind of thing. Like, oh, you can't hurt me if they're here because they can't do anything while they're here. I will make sure of it. You know? You can't hurt them because reasons. And we would take in like some revolutionaries and shit. But also like be very careful because some revolutionaries are just crazy people. You know? So maybe not taking revolutionaries, but like a bunch of refugees, of course. Just normal refugees probably. Yeah. Anyways, this is just me making the area flat, just trying to do stuff, but it's not working. Well, it does work. Um, yeah, I have a big block of dirt I have to get rid of, and I'm working on it very slowly. And I've got a big block of rock I have to get rid of, and it's getting there slowly. But, you know, sometimes stuff just be weird. And I like, I'm thinking about Ireland. You know, that country that one of my favorite YouTubers started, or TikTokers? I don't know. I watch him on YouTube, but he might be on TikTok. It's like a country that people are. It's a joke. It's all a joke. It's a micronation joke, but like, please, man, come on. I want it to be real. I want to join another country easily. And if it just so happens to be Ireland, then I'll take it. And everyone's like, what if Ireland could be real? Well, here's a way to do it. And I need to watch that video on like property law and how it could work. But, you know, um, things be wild. Here I am just putting down some more dirt and hoping that the grass will grow on it. But anywho's, yeah, there was a thing that happened with my. Sometimes I have to restart the game because sometimes my inventory breaks and won't like allow me to move things. So I move the inventory. Well, I restart the game and the inventory moves and everything works out and we're all happy. But yeah. We're getting close to the end of the video, so I'm going to probably say bye soon. Because um I paused the video a few times and you know, things aren't, you know, working out. But I decided that that would be the top of this hill for now and that there could be more hills later. I have sweet berries that I want to plant later and make into like little tea bushes, but you know. So I hope you had fun here. I really enjoy having you every time, and have a good day. Bye bye.